What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. I am so glad to have you back, and I hope you're living well during this whole cannoli virus deal. Today I've got something special for you. It's something that you can do while you're on lockdown, stuck inside your house. We're going to get a little arts and craftsy with probably some materials that you have inside your house. What we're going to be doing today is dyeing the scales on my Bugout. One of my favorite knives of all times, but one of the things that I did not like was that I happened to buy the one with bright blue scales. It was the only one that they had available at the time, and I was really jonesing to get a Bugout. So as you can see, that has totally changed. No longer do we have the bright blue scales. It was quick, easy, simple to do. It's down and dirty, and I'm going to show you how to do it right now. So really simply, you're just going to need a few things. Most of it's stuff that you're going to have around the house, probably with the exception of the RIT dye. So let's go just around. You're going to need some water and some white vinegar. This is just plain old white vinegar. And I'm going to be heating the water up in a microwave. So it's going to save your pots from the stove and things like that, so that you're not going to ruin a bunch of your wife's favorite pots. You're going to need some rubbing alcohol, some plastic cups, the RIT dye. In this case, I'm going to be going with a black RIT dye. You absolutely must go with a color that's darker than your knife scales. That's, it's a shame that I'd have to say that. It seems common sense, but I don't want you going out there thinking you're going to turn your black scales white. It's just not going to happen. You're going to need some tools for disassembly, and of course, you're going to need your knife with the G10 scales. This happens to be my Benchmade Bugout in blue. I absolutely love this knife, but I've never been a fan of these blue scales. So today we are going to be going black on these bad boys. I would love it if I had an all black one with including a black blade. Maybe at some point I'll get the Bugout Mini and I'll go with the white scales, black blade, and then I'll do a black stain on them. So with that being said, let's jump in. We're going to start with the knife and the tools because we're going to disassemble this bad boy. Now we want to go with 1 cup of water and a half a cup of the white vinegar. White vinegar is going to work a little bit like we used to color Easter eggs as a kid, and it helps the dye actually absorb a little bit better. So now we're going to take this mix, we're going to throw it in the microwave until it boils, till it comes to a boil. So depending on your microwave, that could take 5 minutes, it could take a little bit longer. In my case, we're probably looking at about 5 minutes or so, and then we'll come back. Then we're going to add this mixture into our cup. So while we wait for the water to boil, I'm just going to show you that I actually fashioned just a bigger zip tie through the pocket clip of the knife scales. That's going to allow me to lower the knife down into the solution, and I'm actually going to use a pen just to make sure that that zip tie doesn't fall back into the solution. You're also going to notice, you're going to be like, I thought I just saw you take that knife apart. Well, what I found out was one part was being a little bit stubborn with me. It happened to be this, I got this front side out, this back side, which goes through the blade for the pivot, was refusing to come out. Now you can do this without disassembling the knife, and it makes it much easier. Obviously the steel is not going to die itself. So now I'm going to show you how to make the whole task a little bit easier. So here we go. Alright, the solution's come to a boil. It doesn't need to be a rapid, hard boil. It just needs to be what I guess you'd consider a simmer. I'm going to add that into the cup. From there, what I'm going to do is you always want to make sure that you shake your dye. A lot of people make the mistake of not shaking it. Shake it up real good because it's essentially just like paint. One neat thing is that you can actually reuse this dye. So once you're done with it, make sure you save it in a plastic bottle because you can reuse the solution. So I'm going to use what amounts to be about a half bottle. You can see all sorts of different variations of mixed quantities and that kind of stuff. It really doesn't matter as long as you have enough dye in there. You don't want it to be too diluted. So now I'm going to take something real quick to stir that up. Let me grab it and then we're going to put our scales in. All right, got an old chopstick here. We're just going to stir it up with that. Make sure that we've got everything nice and mixed up. Use your paper towels. Make sure you aren't going to get this on the family dinner table because that'll make for a bad day. And now we are going to lower the knife gently into the mix. You want to make sure, be very careful you don't tip this over. And I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes. Alright guys, so the time has officially expired. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to use the same chopstick that I used to stir up everything. I've got a cup of cool water on this side. I'm going to gently lift it up and look how sweet that looks. So much better than the original blue. And what's cool is the blue spacers that are in here, being that they're metal and not porous, they remain blue. So now let's go ahead and let's dip it in the water. I'm going to take it over to the sink and we are going to rinse this bad boy off and see what we're left with. So honestly, I think it came out pretty good. It's nice and dark. However, I can't really tell. I think I could get it a little blacker. It almost seems dark blue. So just for giggles, I'm going to drop it back in there and I'm going to leave it for another 10 minutes. Let's see what happens. If you try to come closer, I'm going to give you some closure before you know it, it's over. So there it is, guys. Didn't take long at all. In fact, I would rate this one a 2 on the old beer index, which means if this one takes you longer than 2 beers to complete, you are absolutely milking it. Come on, man. Live your life right. Just kidding. Totally not the one to be preaching about that stuff. What I will tell you is be very careful with this stuff, guys. If you spill it anywhere around your house, your wife is going to kick your butt and she will no longer allow us to spend time together. So stay neat, wear a smock, clean up after yourselves, and we're all good. Keep your arts and crafts tidy. Seriously, guys, if you like this video, please smash that like button, hit subscribe, tell a friend. Check me out on gearsgunsandgrub.com for more articles, videos, all that kind of stuff, for all the stuff that we like, you know, related to cars and motorcycles and boats and guns and food. We're modern day gentlemen. We like more than one thing. Seriously, I appreciate you being here. Tell a friend and check me out the next time. Thanks, guys. Be safe and enjoy your new knife skills. Take care.